That's right. Back at it again. Full custom hot dog here, and I got the sniffles. You can hear it. I sound sick. I'm drinking a nice glass of warm, hot green tea, my favorite tea. I drink it normally anyways, but when you're sick, it's extra scrumptious. We're not doing a Blu-ray review today. There's been a couple films that have hit Netflix and what's the other one? Shudder, that are exclusives that I keep hearing people talk about, and when I hear people talk about horror stuff that's exclusive, I feel like I need to watch it too, mainly because I never make time to, because I'm always doing Blu-ray reviews. So, the first in this is going to be Errementari, the Blacksmith and the Devil, which is a Netflix exclusive. Says it came out in 2017, but I believe this just came out on Netflix. An interesting foreign film, directed by Paul Urkijo, Alijo. I'm sure I butchered every single part of that. Now, he's not someone I'm too familiar with, but I think I'd like to be. He's from Basque Country, Spain. Basque is a weird little region that's like between Spain and France, and they even have their own language. And apparently this was, and I could be wrong here, according to IMDb it says this was recorded in Basque. Euskara. I don't know, that's what it says on Google. It says Basque and then in parentheses Euskara. Anyways, it says it's according to IMDb, this film was filmed in that language. I don't know. My Spanish isn't good enough to know if that was Spanish that they were speaking. Regardless, it's kind of a cool little film. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But I mentioned Paul Urkijo Alijo, who's done some indie films, but yeah, nothing too wild. I'm curious to see what he does next. This is a really interesting film, based on a fable of a blacksmith who ends up making a deal with a demon, and then captures said demon, and the demon is now his prisoner, and the demon's just waiting for the time to take his soul. In this film, there's a little girl who happens to interfere, and it's believed that this man may have kidnapped the girl, and all hell breaks loose. And it's kind of a cool flick. It almost feels like a Guillermo del Toro B-side or something. It's very Del Toro-esque. You've got a lot of wonderful sets here, a lot of wonderful costumes, set pieces. I wanted to watch this. You know, initially when I heard people talk about it, it popped up for me. And it takes, you know, it would take something interesting to grab my attention. And what got me here was the cool mask and the art design of the posters I really liked. And then the devil looks really cool. The devil effects and design are very cool here. You should be able to see some of that in the slideshow. So I really wanted to check it out. I think mainly it was the cool mask, though. And I don't think I was disappointed. This is an interesting film in that I think the story is much better than the film. This film could be very good, but I think the direction holds back. It's a very flat directing work. And yes, I did say I'd like to see more from the director, only because I think he told a very good story here. The movie goes on almost a little too long with some false stops where you think it's over and it keeps going, and it didn't really have to. There's a couple notes where it could have ended, and it could have ended very well, and it doesn't. Special effects here are kind of hit or miss, which is fine. It's I guess a foreign production, you know, and probably not a huge budget, so no complaints there. But the set design really shine in this, as well as the wardrobe, like I mentioned. And conceptually, I think the story is really cool. You end up, I don't want to spoil it. I don't like talking spoilers, but it's really cool to see the bond between this man and this girl, and they kind of bond over torturing this demon. There's something kind of crudely and rudely adorable about that adds a lot of charm, and that's kind of where that whole Del Toro feel comes from. Obviously, like, it's a sort of a Spanish picture, I guess, and a period piece, and then you're also dealing with the spiritual world as well as our own back in the past. And there's a playfulness to it, an innocence, but also a seriousness. But I don't believe the direction ever truly captures that. You don't get many cool shots. Everything's kind of a mid-shot and played very safe. And I feel like an American remake of this, with the right director, of course, would do this immense justice. Because this is I really like this story a lot. And this story, kind of in the middle, makes you think that this could go into any number of places, which I really liked as well. Because sequels to this, something like this, could be very, very cool. So yeah, I dug this flick. I'd recommend it. I don't love this because, like I said, it kind of falls short in a few places, but really, it's pretty much everything is great here except the direction I just found so boring. And with the subject matter here, this is where you kind of want to flex on it, you know? But anyways, I highly recommend this. Check this out. It's basically a fairy tale, not quite horror. What's IMDb calling this? Fantasy horror. Yeah, I guess that's fair-ish enough. Not too much blood, but you do get some cool demon effects, and some really cool ideas are here. And I really like the story. Like I said, the story's better than the movie. I'll probably be thinking about this one for a few days. So check it out. It's on Netflix. What do you got to lose? Would I buy this? No. Maybe at the $5 tier. I don't think I would jump in on an $8 version of this movie, though. But like I said, story's cool. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you've seen this already, let's talk about it in the comments. And give this a like so we can get this all up in that algorithm, and subscribe. I do movie reviews sometimes as I get back into the groove of a schedule. And I talk about movies, man. So holla at me on Twitter. Focus on Hot Dog without last O, because it's just too long for Twitter. And until next time.